welcome to my YouTube channel. This morning is November 21st. It's been 25 years since I came home from Michigan and stopped at my brother's house to visit before going on to West Virginia for the holidays. And I found him dead. So thought I'd do something a little bit different this morning for kind of a in remembrance. Thought I'd take a little ride. So if you'd like, stick with me and we'll see where I end up. It's only 34 degrees this morning, so I probably won't ride for long, but I just wanted to do this. I started getting back into riding motorcycle, and I know that he liked to ride. He was just getting started on that when he died, so I thought, well, seemed like a good way to pay a little bit of a tribute to him today. I remember when he started driving, we would travel around some of these back roads up here. He really enjoyed just getting in a vehicle and driving and enjoying the sights, seeing what was out and about. He really had a love for adventure. He and I shared a lot of that and a lot of the same interests. We were 5 years apart, but we still enjoyed spending time together most of the time. I mean, we were brothers after all, so we grew up around a lot of the same music, movies, cars. We enjoyed sharing those interests with each other. He and I could take a trip somewhere and we might not speak for a couple of hours to each other, just enjoying the scenery and stuff, but later we share what we had seen, and it was mostly the same stuff, you know. We'd talk about different cars we saw, or houses, barns, whatever. If there was a road that one of us was interested in going down, we'd mention it and head down that way, see what was there. We like to just go in places where we hadn't been before. Hard to believe that it's been 25 years. It's amazing. This is one of the places where he enjoyed coming, especially the winter time. We'd come up here and go sledding. Camera probably doesn't do it justice, but we used to sled down this hill. One of the guys that went sledding here went down about right here And if that's still the same trees, he broke his collarbone on that tree down there. You know, one of those. I don't know if it would have been the same time or a different trip, but all this was covered with big snow drift, and my brother jumped off of some of these rocks up here and landed on one of those rocks. Broke his kneecap. I remember he said his knee hurt, climbed up out of there, and went back across the parking lot and went sledding. Not very long, but for a little bit. And they kept complaining about his knee, so they ended up taking him to the hospital. And he fractured his kneecap. We used to come up here together going fishing, or he'd come by himself or with somebody else that he knew. I remember a time just a few years before my brother died, he and I were out boxing in front of the house. He enjoyed that. He enjoyed boxing and he wanted to wrestle, so we would wrestle quite a bit. He never could understand why, you know, I was 5 years younger and I didn't want to wrestle him or box him all the time. He was so much bigger than me. A lot stronger. I'd say I never felt like I was ever as strong as he ever was. But anyway, we were out boxing with the gloves on, and I mentioned to him that he was leaving an open spot. He kept dropping his one arm and he didn't cover it up, so I thought in my great wisdom that I would show him where his open spot was. So I threw a left and connected with his jaw. He kind of took a step back. Then he reset himself, kind of grinned. Said, "Come on." So we continued to box. And I guess he kind of left himself open to trick me into coming back in again. I started to swing. Something hit me on the jaw. Next thing I was picking myself up off the ground. Shook myself off. Took me a minute. Things were a little hazy. I said I was going to stop. He said, "Nah, come on, man. You got to shake it off." So we boxed for a few more minutes. I was like, "No, I can't do this." And I went inside, sat on the couch. I guess I sat there for quite a while. I remember, the next thing I remember is Mom come home from getting groceries. She asked Jeff, she's like, "What's wrong with him?" He's like, "I don't know, he's just sitting there." She finally found out later what happened. It's pretty funny. I didn't want to box with him much after that. It's funny, I've I've been knocked down a few times since then, and a few times before that probably, in fights, but I've never been knocked out. And that's not an invitation. I don't want to be knocked out. But that's the only time. That's the only time I've been knocked out. He pretty much rocked my world there. I wasn't mad at him for it. It was one of them things that happened. And now it's just a funny memory, a good memory. So here's a few nice houses down Main Street in Findlay. I've actually been in a few of these houses. Not many. I'm just kidding, I own them all. I just leave them sit or rent them out, you know. Yeah, right. You want some pizza? Yeah, me neither. It's 10:30 in the morning. I haven't even had breakfast. I don't need no pizza. I do need a green light though. I thought she was going to run that for a minute. Hancock Hotel, newest addition to downtown. A lot of restaurants downtown here that are really fun to go check out. Probably not when it's 34 degrees. Another memory I have of my brother is he used to have this old van. The thing had windshield washer squirters that you could move, so we could turn them and it'd shoot the water out over the street or out over the sidewalk. If you plugged one off, the other one would shoot quite a ways. So we'd use it like a squirt gun, shoot people on the sidewalk. Just because we could, I guess. It was fun. So a lot's changed since my brother and I used to run these streets. None of this was here. This was a bunch of fields. So yeah, been a while. I just realized I went the wrong way. one more thing I want to do before I end this morning's vlog. And it's probably going to make me late for an appointment, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's what I set out to do today. So I'll take you with me for just a little bit more. My brother and I used to go hunting for groundhog or squirrel along those railroad tracks over there, which is where those trees are. That opening right there, we walked out from that opening one day and he saw a groundhog and sitting on its top of its mound of dirt by its hole. I'll stop a minute here. It was out probably 100 yards or so from that opening. So he shot at it and it dropped down on its hill into the hole. So my brother runs out, throws the rifle down into the hole, and squeezes the trigger. I guess he had seen the groundhog was still there, like at the front of the hole. Like the groundhog couldn't believe that somebody was shooting at him, I guess. So he hit the thing point blank range. Made quite a mess. We thought it was fun. People now would be like, oh, you can't do that. We did it. He did it. I didn't. I guess I should mention he was using a 30-30 rifle. A little large for groundhog, but you know, it did the trick. Alright. So now I pulled in here and I can't get out. I went too far. I need to turn in the next entrance. I don't think they're connected. This is where I was going. Right here. There. Some pretty flowers. That'll work. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Not exactly the most cheerful video, I'm sure, but it is what it is. I wanted to make it, and it's my channel, right? Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for watching. If you like the content that you see on this channel, appreciate you throwing down a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And then there's a little bell over to the side. If you tap on that, it'll let you know when I upload more content. I'd love to have a comment down in the section below. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Somebody mentioned the other day they wanted to leave suggestions for something they want to see me do or whatever, so maybe do that.